Hello. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gulberg Gymkhana. This is match number 3 of Shaikhani Super League Season 3 being played between the defending champions Team Big Bang and they are up against NJS Cuisine, who are obviously playing their very first match of this Shaikhani Super League. And so far we have seen Big Bang hitting already 22 runs in the first couple of overs, that too after winning the toss and choosing to bat first. Now remember, they're coming fresh from a victory that they got in the very first match by the barest of margin of just 1 run, when they were able to defend the target of 160 odd, and most importantly, they were able to defend 23 runs in the last over. Now they are looking fresh, already got a very good start. A full toss from Ali Musa, but Rehan Nazim, who is opening the innings in tonight's encounter, will just get a single towards deep square leg. And his partner Azim Azhar, well, he hasn't had much of the strike, but he is someone who is capable of making use of the first 6 overs. We saw that last season too, and Team Big Bang will be relying on him, that he can utilize the first 6 overs obviously. That's a short delivery. There is even an appeal from the keeper and the bowler, but the umpire is unmoved. So is the batter. In fact, he's calling his partner for the run.
Utilize the first 6 overs. That's a short delivery. There is even an appeal from the keeper and the bowler, but the umpire is
But the umpire did not have any clue whatsoever. Maybe he was blinded by the movement of the bowler. So far so good for the side batting. Now remember, this is the 3rd edition of Shaikhani Super League, where the most consistent team, Team Big Bang, obviously is in action tonight. The runners-up in the first season, the champion.
batting.
When you talk about this league, another bouncer attempted. Now this time it's up in the air, but I just don't get the feeling it's going to carry to deep square leg. Once again, not comfortable while playing that pull shot of that short delivery. Obviously he was beaten by the pace that Ali Musa generates, especially with the new ball. Now Rehan Nazim, usually he bats in the middle order at number 4 or number 5, but tonight he's been opening the innings, so we can expect business from him. Decent over this from Ali Musa, just singles. In fact, just 4 singles, 3 singles coming off it. 3 overs done and dusted. Big Bang at 25 for none. .25 after first 3 overs. Team NJS have the luxury of having so many options when you talk about their bowling attack. We saw Danish Rehan taking the new ball along with Ali Musa. Now Farooq Zaki has taken the ball. He is also another left arm orthodox who gets some bounce, and he bowls much slower through the air. So he's going to be looking to turn the ball away from these 2 right-handers. Asim Azhar meanwhile is on strike. Gets a short delivery and he gets the treatment it deserves. A rare long hop outside the yaw stump. The length was there for Asim to take control of, and he did it. And the bowler is always looking for different options. What can he do next? There are ample of spaces available on the leg side with just one fielder in the deep mid wicket and a fielder at long on. Remember, just two fielders are allowed for the first 6 overs. Once again, this time smashing it over mid off. Now, has that gone all the way for 6? I think it has. Now, that is an extraordinary shot from Asim Azhar to hit that ball towards that side of the ground from that length. Well, it needed someone to play that shot like that. He's slowly catching up with his partner, Rehan Nazim, who is batting on 18. Still no changes in the field. Mid-off is still up. Long on and deep mid-wicket back. Gets another short delivery. This time flat bats it, but one bounce to the fielder at mid-off. Now we are talking about the bowling options that Team NJS have. They've got two left-arm orthodox who have already bowled. Then they've got a leg spinner too, Umar Chawla. And Numan Bari if required. Gets another short one and gets away with that, Farooq Zaki. Now we were just mentioning about Umar Chawla. He just received the ball and the ball just struck his thighs, I believe. Hopefully he doesn't need that magic spray right now. Smashes that one again, finds that gap. This is excellent batting from Asim Azhar. There wasn't that big gap available between extra cover and cover, but he still found that with precision. Yes, the length was short, but it was closer to the stump, so he created that room for himself, did Asim Azhar, and made sure that he times it well enough as well. So 2 boundaries and now a 6 already in that first over of Farooq Zaki with the ball still to go, and now the wicketkeeper Saif Chaudhary is having a word with him. Got off to a flying start. Once again, Big Bang 39 already. So remember, we are still into the 4th over with still 2 overs left, where there will be just 2 fielders outside a 30-yard circle. Mid-wicket now moves a little squarer. The gap between extra cover and cover has been reduced. Bowls one on the pads, easily nudged away towards deep mid-wicket. This is excellent batting from Asim Azhar. 15 runs coming in that opening over from Farooq Zaki. Asim Azhar will keep the strike. 4 overs done. Big Bang are 40 for no loss. So he's going to continue with the new ball. Ali Musa now into his 3rd. Bowls are full chores now. That can be called as a waist high no ball because clearly he was very uncomfortable while playing that Asim Azhar. We have already seen the signal from the 2 on-field umpires. So it's going to be a free hit. And to add salt to the wound, it's going to be Rehan Nazim on strike to face it. Now the fielding side can afford to change the field because the batter's crossed. Once again, he has that luxury, Rehan Nazim, to hit that ball in any side of the ground without having to worry that he is going to lose his wicket unless and until he run himself out. The fellow fielder was having a word with Ali Musa, maybe trying to suggest him where he can bowl. 3rd man is inside, which is obviously very risky against a bowler who can bowl at pace. Bowls a short one. It is the top edge. Wicketkeeper is getting underneath it. Saif Chaudhary will comfortably take it, but it's going to be a dot delivery. They could have run for that. Both the batters must be thinking that they have missed an opportunity to get a single, so that Azim Mazhar could have been on strike. Because that ball stayed in the air for quite a bit of time, and there was ample time available for both these batters to just cross it. Slightly slower, smashed it. Literally smashed it straight back past the bowler, and it just get the feeling both the fielders and mid-off were a little late in realizing that they could easily stop it, but by that time they realized that it was a little too late and the ball had already gone past them. Attempting a slower delivery, but once again just missing the length, smashing that one off the back foot, hitting it dead straight and making sure that he gets another 4. So they're dealing in boundaries right now, both these openers. Running the first one hard. Now will he come back for the second? He wants to come back for the second, and they'll get there easily. Scoring at almost 12 and over up till now, Big Bang. Whereas Team NJS, they're still in search of the first wicket. They've tried different options. They've tried Ali Musa, they've tried Danish Rehan, Farooq Zaki, but so far nothing has worked. Fuller hitting it straight. Once again, no chance for the fielder at mid-off. Showing his class all over again. Rehan Nazim with that 4. 50 also comes up for Big Bang. That ball was coming in, but just making use of his wrist and making sure that he clears that fielder at mid-off comfortably. His first 2 overs were pretty economical, talking about Ali Musa, but this one is proving to be a little expensive. One thing is for sure, there are plenty of runs available on this pitch, as we have seen generally in the past 2. We've seen so many high-scoring games in the first 2 editions of Shaikhani Super League. We saw that in the first 2 matches too. Another short length delivery, and he just missed out on that. It was there to be hit. It was short, it was wide, but just got beaten by the pace on that one. But still a pretty productive over this from Big Bang. 12 runs coming off it. 5 done. It's 53 for none. Another bowling change from NJS. Matteo Rahman now replacing Farooq Zaki. Starts off with a shorter delivery, smashed hard. It's going to go down fine to the third man, but he's not going to stop that one. Once again, making sure that he gets a boundary of the first ball of the over. Too short, too wide. Even if he would have left that, that could have been given a wide because that was going over the head height of the batter. But he made sure that he connects and he gets a boundary. Just get the feeling the length delivery might work on this surface, because if you're going to bowl it fuller or drop it short, you're going to get hit for runs. as has been the case in the first 5 overs. Just bowl at that good length and target the stumps or the pads of these two batters and get the rewards. We haven't seen much turn in those 2 overs that were bowled by the left arm spinners. So you just get the feeling that they'll have to rely more on those pacers. Ali Musa and Matthew Rahman so far have bowled. Once again, a length delivery which has been guided to the right of the fielder at third man, and he was quick enough. Ali Musa makes sure that he gets to the ball as early as possible, and with a bullet throw straight in the hands of Saif Chaudhary, the keeper. Yeah, he got a good start in the first match, Asim Azhar. Got 30 odd before he lost his wicket, so he's got a point to prove. Slightly slower, it's length delivery. Once again, it has been dispatched over square leg. Brilliant timing and placement, although there was a fielder out there, but he just timed it too well. And tell you what, that was not a small 6. Picked the length so early, went through with that stroke. A slower delivery attempted by the bowler, but he didn't take that into account. Asim Azhar, he had already made up his mind that he's going to go for big shot, and he got the maximum result out of it. 35 sixes, and tell you what, this is just the third match of this league, so there are plenty of more sixes to come. As if there is a competition going on between these two batters. Who's going to reach their personal milestone first? Now that's a length delivery that has struck the pads. He's still appealing. Now they're running for the leg by. The throw is at the non-striker's end. Asim Azhar is going to get there. It's going to be really interesting to see in the replay where it stuck. It was slightly fuller, and it was right on the base of his boot, but it was angling down the leg side. There was no bat involved, that's for sure. But good presence of mind being shown there by the two batters. As soon as they saw that the ball had gone towards third man, they ran a leg by. Comfortably tucked away towards square leg. He's going to take a single and keep the strike at the start of next over. The batting power play is done, and that has clearly belonged to the side batting first. Big bang after 6 are 67 for none. another change in the bowling attack. Ali Musa being replaced now by Ghulam Mustafa. Now the batting power play is done. 5 fielders are standing outside the inner ring. You can see the fielder at long on, long off, deep backward point, square leg, and a fielder at mid wicket. In fact, they have decided to place the fielder at deep third man and square leg is up. So just one fielder patrolling the boundary on the leg side for Ghulam Mustafa. Balls it short, thrashes it hard, but it is a fielder at third man and he misses it. The last thing that they needed was a misfield, NJS. And as a result, Rehan Nazim will collect another boundary. Once again getting on top of the bound, thrashing hard, making sure that he times it well enough, and the error was committed by that fielder at deep third. Now, if they're going to continue to bat like this, you can expect a big score in excess of 200, which obviously won't be easy to chase. We have already seen two sides losing their matches in the first couple of matches while chasing. Tucked away off his hips, he is just going to jog for that single. The runs are coming from both ends if we talk about the opening pair. Usually we see a batter taking much of a strike and the other batter at the non-striker's end just dealing in singles, but right now both these batters are making sure that they make use of every bat delivery and put that away for a boundary. Slightly slower, it's up in the air, but it's once again going to land in no man's land. Had this been a power play, it would have been a relatively simpler chance for the fielder at mid-on, but now there is Long on who is back. Mid-wicket was back as well for that particular delivery. Slightly shorter, once again getting a little late on that delivery. Rehan Nazim, he's going to consider that as an opportunity missed because he loves that length, especially outside the off stump. By opening the innings tonight, he has got an opportunity for a big score. We saw him getting very close to the century in the very first edition, I remember. Good comeback this from Ghulam Mustafa, especially after being struck off the boundary. And the second delivery, just 6 runs conceded, 7 overs done. Big Bang are still going smoothly. They are 73 for none. $73 for no loss after first 7 overs. 5 options have been used already by Team NJS. Now we're going to witness the 6th bowling option, the leg spinner, Umar Chawla. Now he can turn the ball both ways. One thing's for sure, he bowls a very good wrong gun, which is very hard to pick. And he's a gun batter too, Umar Chawla. Playing a lot of tape ball cricket in recent times. Starts off with a shortish delivery that has been slapped towards long off. Now he flights the ball a lot, Umar Chawla, and sometimes he proves to be a little expensive, but that's how he usually takes wickets. He's got a really good wrong gun that just pitches and comes back into the right-handers. So as a batter, you always have to watch for that delivery that come off his hands and comes into the right-hander. Dabbing it fine. Short third man will not be able to get that. He has already given up the chase. As soon as the ball went past him, he knew that the outfield was lightning quick and there was no chance whatsoever for him to get anywhere close to that ball. Clever thinking from Rehan Nazim, making use of that pace and making sure that he hits it finer of the fielder at short third. And that's the boundary that they always get at the start of the over. We saw that happening in the previous overs too. And now, the minimum of risk, Rehan Nazim has collected yet another boundary. Current run rate is almost 11, and if they can continue to bat like that, they'll go past 200. Slightly short, slightly wide. He just let that ball go straight to the keeper, hoping that the umpire might call it as a wide, but that wasn't the case. Once again, trying to play it a little too late. Once again, making sure that he gets that room, but just couldn't find the gap. It went straight to the fielder at short third. So 3 dots to end the over. 5 runs coming in that over from Umar Chawla. 8 overs completed. Big bang. Still going strong. They are 78 for none. None for 78 in the first 8. Ghulam Mustafa will continue from that end. 8 runs coming in that opening over of his. Pulls another short one late onto that Asim Azhar, but fine leg and third man are both inside, and that's going to roll past the boundary ropes. They're running out of options, NJS. Multiple times we have seen the fast bowler attempting that bouncer, but to no effect. It was a top edge, it was going over the head of the keeper, and with both the fielders, third man and fine leg inside, you cannot expect them to stop, especially on this outfield. .37 of 20 deliveries, so he's striking at 180. Asim Azhar. Slightly shorter, much slower. Looking to hit that towards the leg side, but ended up towards long gone. And the fast bowlers, I think, must have decided that taking the pace off might be the course of how they're going to bowl tonight. Because giving pace to both these batters has not clearly worked up till now. Once again, a sharp single. That fielder at extra cover was a little too late in reacting that one. I guess it was Umar Chawla. I think he was catching a breather after bowling that previous over. Once again, third man and final leg are both up. They've got long on and long off, and now mid wicket has been sent back towards the boundary ropes. Not a big gap between him and square leg, although there are a lot of gap on the offside though. Once again going for that pole, gets it fine. Farooq Zaki is after it, but he's not going to get there. Asim Azhar will collect another 4. And with that, he moves into the 40s. Dropping it short onto the leg stump, went for that pull shot. Didn't get it off the middle of his bat, but he still got enough out of it that it rolled past the boundary ropes. His first over was pretty decent when he got hit for just 6 runs. Now he has leaked 10 runs already with a couple of balls still to go. Still busy making changes to the field. Mid wicket has been asked to come back. And third man now goes back. Another short pitch delivery that was defended straight back towards the bowler. Well, he can afford to play a few dot balls. I mean, it is already a pretty decent start that they have got, both these openers. Scoring at more than 10 and over. Once again, a slightly slower delivery, but outside the off stump, punching it off the back foot and finding that gap past extra cover and long off. So 9 overs done and dusted. Big Bang are yet to lose a wicket. They are 92 for no loss. Now that was a risky single. So easily they could have lost their wicket. Rehan Nazim was interested in that single and then he just stopped in the end. His partner called him. Luckily, the throw was not a good one. Saif Chaudhary, even with that dive, just couldn't collect it and throw it back at the stumps. Just one boundary away of what would be yet another well-crafted half century from Asim Azhar. 46 of 25 he's batting on currently. Gets on the backward once again, gets straight to extra cover. Direct hit and he would have been a goner. And he wasn't expecting Ali Musa to move that swiftly at extra cover. Got the ball, threw it at the right end, and all he needed was to hit the stumps, and he couldn't. Slightly short, but it's going to go straight towards the backward point. It's a pretty decent over this from Umar Chawla, considering the fact that they have been leaking boundaries in almost every over up till this point. It's just conceded 3 singles and almost created 2 run out opportunities. Smashes that one, but that area is well protected. Remember, 10 more overs to come after this one, and they've got all the batters waiting for their turn in the dugout. Slightly short, and he missed out. And he have missed few deliveries in the past couple of overs, Rehan Nazim, and he's definitely going to look to make most of it in the next couple of overs. So just 3 singles, in fact just 4 singles coming in that over from Umar. 10 overs now done and dusted. 96 for none. Big bang. Seventh bowling option for NJS, Imran Sajjad, now replacing Ghulam Mustafa. Starts off with a slightly shortish delivery that has been put away wider of the fielder at long on. Now he's going to look to come back for the second. He's going to get there in the end, Asim Azhar, and with that couple, he also go past his half century. 50 of 28 deliveries while opening the innings. He can afford to raise the bat to the dugout. Getting all the applauses from the dugout as well as his fellow teammate Rehan Nazim, who is out there at the non-striker's end. 6 boundaries and a couple of sixes in this innings, striking at almost 179. Now his partner Rehan Nazim also on 42. Will be hoping that he can catch up that score of his partner as early as possible. He's trying to sweep that, might be given as a wide down the leg side. Now that extra run means 100 is up for Big Bang. That too in the 11th over. Flighting it up and gets the man he was looking for. Slower delivery, looking for that slog sweep. Was beaten by the lack of pace and the ball just came back in sharply, disturbing the stumps. But most importantly, NJS have now got their first wicket. It was a wrong gun that came back in. He didn't read it from the back of his hands, Rehan Nazim. And as a result, he paid the price for it. So finally they got what they were looking for, NJS, to break this opening stand, but not before Rehan Nazim played brilliantly for his 42 of just 35 deliveries. Big bang, and now 100 for 1. Ubaid Khan in at number 3. The opening partnership has been broken. It's his second outing in this tournament. Just got 4 runs in the first match. Usually he opens the innings early on with Asim Azhar. Now coming into bat at number 3. So he's got a big job to do right now for Big Bang. Last couple of overs have been slightly slow. If you talk about the run rate, the previous over from Umar Chawla, they just got 3 runs out of it, and now just 3 runs, and they have lost a wicket too. Pitching on the leg stump, so there was no way that could have been given out leg before, but they still got the leg by. Now he can turn both ways, Imran Sajjad, that's for sure. The previous one where he got that wicket of Rehan Nazim, that came back in sharply. Obviously that was a wrong gun, the googly that batter couldn't pick. Doesn't bowl faster through the air, so the batter will have to generate that force to get those boundaries against him. Bat and pad. It's just getting a little tricky now to face these 2 spinners. Umar Chawla from one end and Imran Sanjat from the other. Both are very capable bowlers. Both are capable of drawing those runs and pick up wickets. Went for the sweep shot, that missed everything. The batter couldn't connect, the wicketkeeper couldn't take it. Short third man and fine leg are after it. One of them will be able to stop it. Noman Bari gets there first. And we'll have to wait for the umpire signal. That's a bye, so that didn't hit anything. But apart from that, that was a brilliant over from Imran Sajjad. Just 5 runs and a big wicket of Rehan Nazim from it. 11 done. Big Bang at 102 for 1. It's Umar Chawla now into his 3rd over. Trying to hit that a little too hard. There was no timing in it whatsoever. No one at mid-wicket too, so Umar Chawla had to fetch that ball from the edge of the ring himself. Now the new batter in, he's yet to get settled, so there is another chance for NJS to pick up another wicket. Goes for the big hit, hits it straight, hits it dead straight over the bowler's head. Now they didn't see that coming. NJS hoping that he can buy a wicket. Umar Chawla just floated that one up. Ubaid Khan was waiting for it. Hit it as clean as a whistle over the bowler's head. Now he drops it short and he puts it down. Well, just to the left of the bowler. He even dived towards his left, did Umar Chawla, but just brushing through his fingertips, and that ball went towards long off. Now in these sort of matches, you got to take those chances. Slightly short, hits it up in the air. Chance for the fielder at long on. Noman Bari doesn't make any mistake whatsoever. It was slightly short. It was there to be hit. Was looking to target mid-wicket region. Just hit it straight enough. And Noman Bari, who we haven't seen him in action a lot. It went straight to him. Just took a couple of steps forward and made sure that he took it comfortably in his lap. So both the spinners are doing their trick now for NJS. We saw Imran Sajjad getting that wicket in the previous over, and now Umar Chawla has got one too. Both the openers back in the dugout. Asim Azhar walks back after crafting a brilliant half century of 52. Big Bang have now lost their second wicket. So it's 108 for 2. The captain Fahad Mustafa walks in for Big Bang. Bit of a misfield from extra cover. Well, Ali Musa with that rocket throw, but won't be able to hit the stumps. No need to go for any risky single at this stage, especially after losing a couple of wickets in quick succession. Big Bang. But slowly and steadily, NJS are crawling their way back into this game. And that's what happens when you pick up a couple of wickets. You add that pressure on the two batters who are relatively now newer at the crease. Bowls a full toss. Well, that was there to be hit, but the wicketkeeper didn't spot it. Neither did the fielder at fine leg or short third, and that's going to go for 4. 5 wides, I guess. That would have been a gift, absolute gift for the captain. Five wides added to the total. Now with the ball turning in, he's obviously looked to target the mid-wicket region. He gets a full one and he misses it. Got beaten in the flight on that one, Fahad Mustafa. Tell you what, that was very close to the off stump, but once again, a pretty good over from Umar Chawla. 12 overs completed. Big Bang are 113 for 2. So Imran Sajjad has been taken off the attack, surprisingly. He's been replaced by Matiur Rahman. Bowls length, hits it straight. Chance for Ali Musa. Will he take it? Wow, what a catch that is. This is a brilliant take from Ali Musa running towards his left. For a moment, Ubaid Khan must have thought that he might have struck it from the middle of his bat and he might get a 4 or a 6 out of it, but look at that effort from Ali Musa. Hit it straight. Ali Musa had plenty of distance to cover, which he did, and took a really good running catch towards his left. This is a brilliant passage of play for NJS. In the last 3 overs, they have managed to pick up 3 wickets, and now Big Bang will have to rethink their strategy. Ubaid Khan dismissed for just 5. Big Bang lose their third. So Faizanul Islam walks in at number 5 for Team Big Bang. Now they were 97 for no loss, I guess, after the first 9 overs. And in the last 3, they have just scored 14 and have lost 3 wickets. Both the openers have been dismissed, who did the bulk of the scoring in the first 10 overs. Ubaid Khan came in, hit a boundary and went in search of another boundary when a very good catch was taken by Ali Musa. And now these 2 batters will have to do the rebuilding job all over again. Bowls a slower beat and all ends up was Faizanul Islam. That ball must have gripped too. Now they scored 163 in their first match. Obviously they will hope that they can go past that, because against this NJS team 160 odd might not be enough, especially when you've got someone like Saif Chaudhary or Numan Bari or even Umar Chawla in your ranks. Well dug out by Faizanul Islam. 3 dot deliveries on the trot. Now the way the openers were batting, their sights must have been at 200 or beyond, but now I just get the feeling it's going to be a little tricky for them to go past that, unless and until we see a cameo from the captain or any other batter. Length delivery chance for the bowler taken. A soft dismissal of Faizanul Islam. Well, he was struggling in the previous 3 deliveries too. Once again, bowled it slightly slower. Fuller length delivery, just couldn't keep it down. Trying to just chip it in the air on the offside, and a pretty simple catch and his follow through towards his left. So Matiur Rahman with a brilliant over, a couple of wickets in this one. And Big Bang all of a sudden are in a bit of a bother. They are at 113 for 4, with Faizanul Islam walking back without even adding a run to his tally tonight. Mohammad Ghofran, the right-hander, walks in at number 6. All of a sudden, that spark is back in Team NJS. Good pacey delivery, but a little outside the off stump. Will be given as a wide. Could have been a double wicket maiden. He had not bowled that one. But this is a brilliant comeback from NJS. After being almost down and out in the first 9 overs, they have still not given the hope. And now they're in a position of restricting the opposition to a pretty modest total here. Attempting another slower delivery. It was a full toss, carved away past backward point. The fielder in the deep on the offside has got a bit of job to do. He does, but not before. Ghofran picks up a couple to get off the mark. And a brilliant over from Mathieu Rahman comes to an end. Just 3 runs and a couple of big wickets in it. 13 overs completed. Big Bang are 116 for 4. Change of ends for Imran Sajjad. Bowled the previous over from the opposite end, from where he got that wicket of Rehan Nazim. Now he coming from the other end. Now this is going to be a big contest. Imran Sajjad against the captain, who loves to play those shots on the leg side, and he opens his account with a boundary, does the captain. An effortless sweep shot behind square, past square leg. And he begins the over with a boundary. Well, one thing is for sure, the outfield is so quick that all you need to do is to just place the ball in the gap and get it past the inner ring. He read the wrong gun, did the captain. Just waited for it and made sure that he hit the ball on its merit. Playing it with the turn, finding the gap on the offside. Good thinking after getting a boundary. Just get the single and get down to the other end. Bit of bottom edge, but we'll still go for that single. The fielder at short third was a little slower. Yes, it was Farooq Zaki. Point fielder comes in. It's deep extra cover for the left-hander. He's going for another sweep shot, just missing it altogether. Bowls it so slower through the air, does Imran Sajjad, that sometimes it's even difficult to get to the pitch of that ball. Comes down the wicket, hits it up in the air, chance for long on. Don't think it's going to carry, but he's going to come back for a couple. That was a risky stroke, but luckily didn't go to that fielder at long on or long off. Gets a full toss, hits a pads, big appeal from the bowler, but the impact might have been outside. Saif Chaudhary looks dejected. He thought it was a little closer, but in the end it's just a dot delivery. So 14 done, it's 124 for 4. Mathieu Rahman to continue with his turn. Remember, he got a couple of wickets in the previous over, got another one almost. Got a lot of bowling options, does NJS. They've used 3 fast bowlers up till now. 4 spinners have already bowled for them. Now that was a full toss, hit the pads on the full, and a finger goes up. Wow. Not often you see a wicket being taken off a full toss. Another slower delivery attempted, was a little too early into that stroke. Mohammad Ghufran hitting him on the pads, just rolled his bat a little too early, and that would have crashed the base of the off stump. A huge appeal, and the umpire took his time before he could raise his left finger. But that means that Big Bang have lost another wicket, half of their side to be precise, with Ghufran walking back after scoring just 3. They are 5 down with 124 on the board. Shahzaib, the new man in at number 7. And losing in wickets in clusters now. It was full, it was wide, and the wicketkeeper couldn't gather that one. It's almost a gift from the bowler. Leg by signal by the umpire, so he was once again targeting those pads, did Matthew Rahman. Just getting a little tickle off his pads, and away she went. Now NJS are in a very good position to restrict the opposition to somewhere between 160 and 170, which might not be enough. A length delivery, but he's going to get a single. Brilliant effort from Umar Chawla. Had that ball gone past him, they would have looked for the second run, but obviously. Once again, this is turning out to be a very good over. In fact, a brilliant spell from Matthew Rahman. Might have given away a few runs in his opening over, but he fought his way back strongly when he got a couple of wickets in his second. And now he's got another one in this over with that brilliant slower delivery. Change of field for the left-hander, change of angle as well, coming around the wicket now. Just dabbing it and going for a single. Doesn't want to play any risky stroke right now, the captain. He knows the importance of his wicket. He needs to stay there till the end if Big Bang are looking to post a big total on the board. Another slower delivery, hitting the pads, was just a little too high, I guess. Hitting him above the knee roll. He was once again beaten by the lack of pace. Luckily for Big Bang, they didn't lose another. 15 done, 5 overs to go. Big Bang at 130 for 5. It's his third over, Imran Sajjad. He's just got one wicket up till now. Another full toss, hits it hard, hits it in the gap. Long on will be able to get there. Could have thought about that second one, but maybe they were hoping that the ball might go past the boundary ropes, which it didn't. And as a result, Fahad Mustafa just got that single. He doesn't have that much time left. He's losing his partners at the other end too, so he needs to make sure that he keeps the scoreboard moving without losing any more wickets. Now that has gone up in the air. Square leg underneath that, and he takes it. Another wicket to fall for Big Bang. Imran Sajjad gets another one. Slightly slower, was looking to pull that. Shahzeb just couldn't keep it down. He's clearly disappointed. Could have hit that for a boundary instead. That just skied up in the air. And in the end, I think it was a really good catch taken by the fielder at square leg, especially with the amount of wind that is blowing. So easily he could have lost that, because that ball was swirling on its way down, but he judged it perfectly in the end. So sixth wicket gone down for Big Bang. Shahzeb Khan walking back after scoring just one. It's 1-3-1 for 6. Teller is one at number 8. Pretty handy batter lower down the order. And I still remember even in the first match they lost 6 or 7 wickets at round about this score, but then they were able to score few runs in the last 5 overs, because of which they went past 163, which they were able to defend in the last over. You cannot afford to repeat those mistakes. Last 6 overs have clearly belonged to the fielding side. They have just given away runs at run a ball, and they have picked up 6 wickets too. Looking to dab it now. Was there some bat involved? The reaction there from the bowler suggests that there might have been some bat. Nevertheless, it was another dot delivery. Brilliant over once again from Imran Sajjad. He hasn't given anything away whatsoever. Slightly fuller, driven slightly wider of the fielder at long off, but he's just going to fetch a single, even with that misfield by the fielder at long off. Another successful over comes to an end from Imran Sajjad and from NJS. 16 overs completed with just 4 to go. Big Bang at 132 for 6. The 3 for 18 for Matteo Rahman as he gets set for his last over of his spell tonight. By far, he has been the pick of the bowlers for NJS. Gone at 6 and over, got 3 wickets. Gets it fine, but the fielder at third will stop it because it was partially stopped by the keeper, I guess. Hasn't had much of the strike, the captain, in the last 3 or 4 overs. He has just faced 9 deliveries, got a boundary. They are looking for a big total tonight. He needs to have much of strike right now. Another slower delivery, looking to just guide it, but once again not perfectly collected by the keeper. Bye signal by the on-field umpire. Just rubbing his left hand, the wicket keeper. Cannot afford an injury right now, NJS, especially when the wicket keeper opens the innings. Slower delivery, just looking to guide it. Missed it altogether. Got a bit of bad bounce before collecting that, and he knew it straight away. But Matteo Rahman has been on top of his game tonight. On a batting friendly pitch, he has picked up 3 wickets, and not just 3 wickets, but the economy rate has been brilliant. Gets another one. A rush of adrenaline from Tala Rizwan as he was looking to hoik it away towards the leg side, and look at that middle stump that has gone for the cartwheel. Fuller in length, slightly slower too, swinging his bat a little too early, and in the end it was the furniture that was disturbed. He gets his 4th wicket. Tala Rizwan won't be able to repeat those heroics that we have seen him doing in the past. Walks back after scoring just a couple of runs, and big bang, and now 7 down. First 10 overs, 98 for none. The next 7, they have lost 7 wickets now. Big bang. Left-hander Fahim Mirza now walks in. Has got a big opportunity to pick up a 5 for here tonight. Matteo Rahman has already got 4. 3 balls still remaining in his spell. 2 left-handers at the crease. Another slower delivery. Well, the lack of pace is something that they have not been able to unlock tonight. All the batters of Team Big Bang, they have just looked to swing it a little too hard. Whereas all they need to do is to just wait for that ball to come closer to the bat and then just place it in the end. And that was a full toss, put away on the offside. The geek best recover won't get there. A welcome boundary for Big Bang. But tell you what, they need plenty of those now. Just missing his length on that occasion. He attempted another slower delivery, was looking to land it on the base of the off stump. Fahim turned it into a low full toss and opened the face of the bat to open his account with the boundary too. So the last ball of his spell coming up, 4 for 23 tonight from Matteo Rahman. He bowls another slower one, guiding it towards short third. A bit of a fumble from the fielder at short third. They are just going to get a single, and that brings to an end a brilliant spell from Matteo Rahman. 4 for 24 in his 4 overs tonight. Big Bang are still fighting hard at 139 for 17 overs. It's going to be Imran Sajjad once again. Couple of wickets for the spinner so far. As Fahim attempts another big one. Chance for the fielder. Numan Bari won't make any mistake whatsoever with that one. He takes his second catch of the night as Fahim departs too. Bowling it slower through the air. Was shuffling across the crease. Looking to hit it dead straight. No timing whatsoever. Numan Bari settled himself underneath that and took it comfortably in the end. Well, he makes them look really easy, doesn't he? Numan Bari. Fahim Mirza, meanwhile, walks back after just getting 5 runs tonight. And Big Bang, well, now they are in a spot of bother. And, well, they can even lose all their wickets without even consuming their full 20 overs. They are at 139 for 8. Laegue Ahmed, the new man in. Just a couple of wickets remaining for NJS. Now they have also employed a fielder at first slip. First 10 overs going at almost 10. The next 7 not even at run a ball. And that was a wrong gun and just gets it past short mid wicket, but will just get a single. Does Sadiq Rahman. 140 now is the score for Big Bang. And Fahad Mustafa, the captain, what can he do next? There are still 15 legitimate deliveries remaining to be bowled in this innings. They score a run a ball, they go to 155. They score at 12 and over, they go past 160. But will that be enough here tonight? Goes for a switch hit, doesn't connect, still gets a single. Trying to do something different, but not being able to execute it properly. Goes for the big shot and he misses it altogether, and that wasn't far away from the off stump. Laegue should consider himself very lucky there, because that was a wrong gun attempted. Must have missed the off stump by just a few inches, I believe. And most importantly, it's the captain who gets the strike back now. Ideally, he will be hoping that he can get a single so that he can be on strike at the start of next over. Uses his feet and does exactly that. Drills that one towards long on, gets a single. Another successful over comes to an end from Imran Sajjad. He finishes spell off with 3 wickets tonight. And for just 17 runs, as 18 overs are done and dusted, Big Bang are 143 for 8. It's going to be pace back for NJS. Ali Musa coming in to bowl the 19th over. Going for that scoop, the captain missing it. Well, the fielder at fine leg was up, so it was a pretty decent option from the captain, but once again, just not getting any bat behind it. So many dot deliveries in the last few overs for Team Big Bang, something that they will clearly look to get better on in the next matches. Remember, every side gets to bat 4 matches. Hoy towards deep mid wicket, will just get a single. In fact, he wants to come back for the second. Omar Shawla, we all know, he has had issues with his shoulder, so you can expect an underarm throw with him all the time. So that just allowed the captain to come back for the second. So what's the best score on this track? Another bouncer attempted. He's appealing for it. Given as a wide. Now that was pretty close to the bat. He was just following the batter because the captain was looking to give himself a bit of room. It was another pacey delivery. Got into an awkward position while looking to play the pull shot, but well gathered by the keeper behind the stumps. Slightly short, puts it away nicely. Finally gets the length he was waiting for. And he just dismisses that ball past mid-on and mid-wicket. He attempted that similar stroke in the previous deliveries too. Couldn't get it from the middle of his bat. Neither did he find the gap on that occasion. But this time everything went in his favor. And with that boundary, 150 also comes up for Big Bang. And they'll be eyeing a lot more from here on. Remember, 9 balls still to go. Must be targeting 170 at least. So last over coming up is going to be Ghulam Mustafa once again. Remember, he was a touch expensive in his first couple of overs, none for 20. Change of ends for him. He's going to come around the wicket first up against the captain. Bowls a full toss, gets away with it, but it's the wicket keeper who misses now. And they're going to root for every run they're going to gather in these last 6 deliveries. Saif Chaudhary was the culprit. Oh, in fact, they've gone for the other keeper. He's not keeping the wickets, maybe because of the injury that he got in his right arm. So they are without their regular wicket keeper. As soon as he struck it, he knew that he needs to come back for the second run, so he did not even bother to look at where the ball went. Slightly short and once again gets away with that. The bouncers are working against the captain. One for the over, says the on-field umpire, so he cannot attempt another bouncer. 23 of 22 deliveries, so the strike rate is slightly on the lower side. But if he can hit these next two deliveries for boundaries or even a 6 and a boundary, then they'll get the runs they are looking for. Another full toss, hits it straight, some work to do from the fielder at long on. He does a bit of a fumble, chance of a run out, it does not strike as in. He doesn't collect. He was expecting that ball to hit the stumps directly. That didn't happen, which allowed the batter to come back for the second. What an anticlimax this has been. The first half of the innings, we saw 98 runs being scored. The next 10, 65. So the last ball of the innings coming up, 163 on the board. Pulls a short delivery, very awkward position there while looking to play that pull shot. He will obviously look to come back for the second run. Is there anyone backing up? There is no one backing up close. They're looking to come back for the third run and they're going to get there easily. So a bit of a fumble and an error committed. Well, it has been signaled as one shot. So just 2 runs are going to count. Even they ran 3. So 165 is what they have managed in their allotted 20 overs. Big bang for the loss of 8 wickets, and largely because of the opening stand that they got between Rehan Nazim and Asim Azhar. Because apart from that, there was very little to talk about if you talk about the rest of the batting. The captain stayed not out till the end, scoring valuable 27 runs while coming into bat at number 4. And well, just 3 batters could enter double figures. Rehan Nazim scoring 42, Asim Azhar getting a half century, captain staying there till the end, scoring 27. And the rest of the batters could not even reach double figures. So 165 for 8 is what they have managed in their 20 overs. And if you talk about the bowling effort, well, almost every bowler chipped in. Apart from Ali Musa, Danish Rehan and Farooq Zaki, Matiur Rahman was on top of his game, picking up 4 wickets. So was Imran Sajjad as he got 3 wickets. Omar Chawla not giving away many runs but got that wicket as well. So 166 is the target for NJS in their first match of this SSL Season 3. We'll take a small breather of 10 minutes and we'll be back with the run chase. It's time for the run chase in this match number 3, and what a way to greet the new bowler. First ball hit outside the ground for a grand 6 by Saif Chaudhary. Well, there are 2 Saifs out there in the middle to open the innings for NJS, but that one came from the bat of Saif Chaudhary, as he usually does at the start of his innings, giving no respect to the new ball or the bowler, going full through with that stroke and hitting it comfortably over mid-off. Nazim. Well, usually he swings the ball away from the right-handers. What can he do next? Slightly slower, hits it over extra cover. That is some way to announce your arrival. A 6 and a boundary to start the innings. Straight away had to rely on that slower delivery, but Saif was waiting for it. Just got his left leg out of the way and found the gap on the offside. All of a sudden, straight away, some field changes just have been made. Deep extra cover goes back. Third man comes in. Pulls it slightly shorter and he just lets that go to the wicket keeper. Well, one thing is for sure, if this man stays out there till the first 6 or 7 overs, you can expect this match to end very early. And they won't even take their full 20 overs. .166 is the target for NJS. Remember, it's their first match of this SSL Season 3, whereas the defending champions Big Bang are in their second match after winning the first match by just 1 run. So they'll have to bowl out of their skins if they want to defend this total. Slightly shorter, slightly slower, just stopping it in the end. Does Saif. He was once again targeting the offside, but had to check his shot in the end, and was lucky that he kept it down before it reached the field at extra cover. That's the way he plays. He doesn't rely on those singles and twos, and he's got this reputation of being a cleanest tracker of the cricket ball. Slightly short, pulls it, but will the fielder at mid-off stop it? He does. His partner at the other end, Saifullah Naseem, is more of an orthodox player, the left-hander. Six and a 4, following it up with 3 dot deliveries. Rehan Nazim, can he finish the over well? Bowls another short one. It's gone up in the air. Mid-on is struggling underneath that. Don't think he's going to get there. He doesn't. Doesn't even get any hand to it. And that'll allow Saif Chaudhary to come back for a couple. So what an eventful first over this has been. A 6, a boundary, and then the last delivery, he was attempting another big stroke, not middling it, but that went miles up in the air. Thala Rizwan, it was at mid-on, was trying to get in the need that, just couldn't reach in the end, and that allowed Saif to end the over with a couple. So 12 for no loss it is after the end of first over. Well, an intense meeting going on between the captain, the bowler, and the fellow fielders. they do realize that it's not going to be an easy total to defend. They'll have to pick up wickets early if they want to stretch this game till the 20th over, just like the way they did in the first match against Gulbarg Gymkhana. Fahim, meanwhile, will share this new ball along with Rehan Nazim. He's a left-arm seamer. Pretty packed offside field for Saifullah Naseem. There is backward point, there is cover, there is extra cover, long off his back. And they have added another fielder on the offside, so not much protection there on the leg side for the left-arm seamer. Starts off with a wide-ish delivery down the leg side, given as a wide too. Now he's not that aggressive as Saif Chaudhary, Saifullah Naseem, but he can also get few boundaries in the first 6 overs. Went wicketless in this previous match, Fahim Mirza. Couldn't do much with the bat today either. Slightly short and wide outside the off stump. Lucky to get away with that. Just pitched on the 5th stump channel, move further away from Saifullah Naseem. Nicely gathered by the keeper too. Short and wide. This time he's not going to miss out, Saif. It was there to be hit. It got the perfect length and line to play that shot. Third man was back alright, but he still managed to make sure that he hit it square. Attempting a similar delivery for Fahim Mirza, but this time just gave away that room that Saifullah Naseem was waiting for, and even he opens his account with a boundary. Slightly fuller, hitting it straight over the mid-off head. There's nothing that Asim Mirza could have done about that, because that is how well that shot was timed by Saif. Back-to-back boundaries for the left-hander. Overcompensating on that occasion for him, bowling it fuller. Just went through with that stroke, found that gap between extra cover and mid-off, and what an electrifying start this is from NJS. 3 boundaries and a 6 already, and this is just a second over, folks. They'll have to try multiple bowling options tonight. Big Bang. Wickets are going to be crucial. They lost their momentum in their last 10 overs when they were batting. Couldn't score many runs, lost heaps of wickets. And now, if they do not get wickets up early in the first 6 overs, the party is going to get over very early tonight. So a couple of boundaries for Saiful and Naseem. Still no changes in the field. Mid off and mid on both up. Third man is back. So is the fielder deep on the leg side. Just get the feeling you will have to vary your pace a lot on this track. We'll have to rely more on those cutters, those slower deliveries from the back of the hand. Just try to deceive the batter with the lack of pace, just like the way Matthew Rahman did in the first innings and got 4 wickets for that. Another change to the field. Deep mid wicket now goes back. Third man comes in. Bowls it into the body, but well negotiated by Saiful and Naseem. And he doesn't need to do anything fancy because the required run rate is just over 8 and over tonight for them. They've got a long batting lineup. Talking about NJS, they've got someone like Muneeb Javed who usually opens the innings, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come to bat at number 3. Then they've got Umar Chawla. Anas Mustafiz can hit some big shots too, and then lower down the order, they've got the services of Numan Bari. Slightly short, a bit of an appeal, and extra bounce for Saif. Another dot delivery it is from Fahim. Just not being able to get on top of the bounce. Well gathered by the keeper. So a dot delivery it is to end the over. 2 done. NJS 21 for none. So none for 21 in first 2 overs. Exactly the sort of start that Big Bang got when they were batting. But the good thing about NJS is as they know what target they are looking to go after. So they can pace their innings accordingly. Rehan Nazim, meanwhile, is into his second over. Another big shot attempted now. This is a chance. Captain, Asim Azhar. It's the captain who takes it. And he's jubilant. Look at the celebration from the whole team. Fahad Mustafa takes a really good catch to get rid of the dangerous Saif Chaudhary. And the celebration shows how important that wicket was. Just couldn't control himself, Saif Chaudhary. He saw the length, once again looked to go after it. Not timing it well, just skying it up in the air. The captain was running backwards from extra cover. He had to make sure that he doesn't collide with Asim Azhar in the process, but took a fine catch in the end. Loses his cool and loses his wicket tonight, Saif Chaudhary. Just a 6 and a boundary to his name tonight. 12 runs for the opener. It's 21 for 1. Saif Chaudhary departs. Waleed Khan walks in at number 3. They were looking for early wickets. They've got one. That too of a big man, the danger man, Saif Chaudhary. But they need to pick more wickets right now. Big Bang, remember this is the first 6 overs, the batting power play. Bowls a short one. Now he's got this knack of picking up early wickets, does Rehan Nazim. We saw him picking up an early wicket the other day too, along with those runs that he got. Brilliant all-rounder, always contributes to the cause of his team. Makes runs, picks up wickets. Very good fielder too. His new ball spell will be very crucial for Big Bang tonight. If he can get a couple of wickets in the first 6 overs, Big Bang will think they are right back in the game. He swings the ball very late. Almost everyone knows that the ball is going to swing away from the right-hander, but still they just fall in the trap. Now he was very lucky that that wasn't given as a wide, because that was way outside the off stump. Another bouncer, just dabbing it. Third man, will he be able to get there? He does. That was a risky stroke because there was a bit of bounce, but he made sure that he just keeps it down. Was looking to play it finer, which he did, but third man was perfectly placed to stop that one. Now he would love to bowl to the left-handers, Rehan Nazim, especially with the ball coming back into their pads and the stumps. All he needs to do is to just target the off stump and bring the ball back in. Just target those pads and those stumps. There's square leg in place, so even if Saiful and Naseem clips one, might go straight down to the hands of him. Nicely gathered. Really good take by the keeper. Could have been a lot more than just a wide, but excellent effort from the keeper. Slightly short, cuts it hard. Now third man has some job to do. Will he be able to get there? He does. And Saif just picks up a single. So it's a very good over, this from Rehan Nazim's point of view. After getting struck for 12 in his opening over, he has come back really strongly. Apart from a couple of wides, it has been a pretty decent over, considering the fact that he got Saif's wicket on the very first ball. Well, the teammates from the dugout have pointed out something. There were 3 fielders maybe outside the 30-yard circle on that previous delivery. And that's why the umpires are having a word, but they have not decided. Well, he's still busy. He's still having a word with the leg umpire, Saifullah Naseem. Well, the teammates from that batting side suggest that there were 3 fielders outside the 30-yard circle on the previous ball, because of which it has been signaled as a no ball. Well spotted by NJS. Well, they're just not going to take it lightly. Alright, so that was not a no ball, it was a legitimate delivery. So the last ball of the over coming up, another slower delivery. Hit away towards mid wicket. Wow, what an effort that is. But he still won't be able to stop that one. Brilliant effort to get down to the ball, to dive, but just couldn't stop the ball in the end. As that ball just trickled past the boundary ropes as Waleed collects his first boundary of the innings. But what happened there? That was an easy single, and they were still deciding on something. So a wicket of the first ball and a single to win it. 3 overs completed. NJS are going at 10 and over. 30 for 1 it is. Thirty for 1 after first 3. Time for a change in the bowling attack. Tala Rizwan comes in and almost got a wicket. There was no one at mid-on. Asim Azhar was standing there at long gone, so Waleed just chipping it and safely getting a single. He bowled a really good second last over in the previous match. Tala Rizwan used those cutters, those variations, because of which his side was able to defend that total. Saiful and Naseem decides to go big, goes over extra cover, gets a 6. Wow, what a shot this is. Playing against the angle because Tala Rizwan was coming around the wicket. He was looking to bring the ball back in. But look at how effortlessly he just struck it over extra cover. Had no intentions to keep it down. Got another 6. Might not have lost his partner early on, but there's no stopping him for sure. Every boundary they get at this stage is going to hurt Team Big Bang. And will force them to think why they were not able to get more runs in the last 10 overs. Is it because of the loose shots that they attempted, or some really clever bowling from Mathew Rahman and the other bowlers of NJS? But they can let that go all away if they can get another wicket or 2 right now. Change of gloves for the left-hander. Decent delivery. That ball was shaping away in the air from the left-hander. It was in the block hole too, so there were very limited options there for Saiful and Naseem, particularly on that delivery. Similar delivery this time. He just dabs it past short third. Excellent batting, excellent thinking from Saifullah Naseem. Just looking to repeat that delivery. Talar Rizwan almost executed it perfectly, but Saifullah Naseem just keeping his bat down, opening the face and getting it to the left of Ubaid Khan at short third. The runs are coming thick and fast for NJS. They're already 41 on the board. It's just the fourth over of the innings. Remember, we are still in the batting power play. A bit of an inside edge and a quick run. This is very sensible from Saifullah Naseem's point of view. And you've already got 2 boundaries in the over. There is no point of taking any extra risk. Especially when you've got that partner at the other end who can also hit those boundaries. Just chipping it. Does he find the gap? He does. 2 fielders are after it. There is a bit of a race going on between those 2 fielders and the ball. Fahim in the end picks it up, and that allows Wali to come back for a couple. So a very expensive over this from Talar Rizwan that comes to an end. 14 runs coming off it. 4 overs completed. NJS in pursuit of 166 are 44 for 1. Alright, so it's going to be Rehan to continue once again with his third over. Bit of a confusion, a bit of misunderstanding between the two, but luckily Saifullah Naseem was back in his crease at the right time. Well, they've already got the start they were looking for. NJS 44 going at 11 and over. They can afford to just see through this over from Rehan Nazim, who is more than capable of getting another wicket right now. And this is what his captain wants from him too. He has kept an extra fielder closer to the bat on the leg side. Another bouncer given as a wide by the umpire. Well, the plan was set by having a fielder extra on the leg side closer to the bat. He was looking to bounce him out, but just erring in line and length on that ball, Rehan Nazim. Slightly slower, but once again missing the line on that occasion, Rehan. (20 of just 12 deliveries for Saifullah Naseem. 3 boundaries and a 6. Well, he was a little confused and Well, he chose wrong end to throw there. Should have targeted the non-striker's end. Extra bounce there on the off cutter. The ball just holding onto the pitch ever so slightly. And then he was just looking at the ball without even looking his partner. So had the fielder thrown at the non-striker's end, you never know. They would have bought another wicket. Got to take every chance tonight, Big Bang. Cannot afford to sit, relax, and let the batter do the mistakes because target is not a big one. Giving all the respect to Rehan Nazim. Ideally, they would have loved to get at least 2 or 3 wickets at this stage. Big Bang, that didn't happen. Probably waiting for their power play to get over so that they can introduce their spinners. Another sharp single attempted, but decided against it. A direct hit hitting the stumps at the striker's end. That ricochets off the stumps will now allow them to pick up a run. It was Fahim, I think, with an underarm throw that hit the stumps directly. And there was no one backing up closer to the pitch, so that allowed them to get that single they were looking for initially. I'm pretty sure this might be the last ball of the spell for Rehan Nazim unless and until captain decides the otherwise and gives him an extra over. Another short delivery, but well fielded by Ubaid Khan at short third. So easily that ball could have gone out of his reach and would have ended beyond the boundary rows, but that didn't happen. These two now have added 27 runs for the second wicket after that dismissal of Saif Chaudhary. Another change being made in the field. Now long on goes back. Fine leg comes in. We can expect a fuller length delivery maybe. Once again, just drifting it down the leg side. Has been a little waved over from Rehan Nazim. 3 wide so far. Usually he's a pretty disciplined bowler. Bowls wicket to wicket, target those stumps. He's not been able to bring the ball back into the left-hander up till now. Maybe he's afraid of bowling it fuller. Changes his angle now. He will come around the wicket. Goes straight, goes over mid-off. Wonderful shot once again from Saif as that ball travels over the fence. So the change of angle not working for Rehan Nazim. A 6 to end the over. In the process, 50 also comes up for NJS with a beautiful stroke over extra cover mid-off. 5 overs now done with 1 over still to be bowled in this power play. NJS are 55 for 1. So time for some spin for the first time in this innings as the captain takes the ball in his hands. The off spinner. Remember, it's the last over of the power play, so it can go either way. Doesn't bowl over the wicket that often, usually comes around the wicket to cramp the right-handers for that room outside the off stump. Comes down the wicket, it's put down. That was struck nicely, but that should have been taken at mid-wicket. Well, I've been told there were so many catches that were put down of his bowling in the previous match too, otherwise he could have easily finished up with a couple of more wickets too in the previous match, but that didn't go accordingly, and now just his second delivery created an opportunity, but that wasn't taken. He would have been all over the moon, Fahad Mustafa, if that catch had been taken. He himself has set some really good standards in the field. Remember the catch that he took to get rid of Saif Chaudhary. And ideally, he expects his fielder to support him by taking those catches of his own bowling too. Gives nothing away, just looks to target those stumps, doesn't look to turn the ball a great deal. Wide in the block hole. He's just rushing through his over right now. He knows that he can create that pressure if they're going to bowl a lot of dot deliveries, because in that way the required run rate is going to go up. The pressure is going to mount on those two batters. Extra fielder has been called in on the offside. Bowls it slower through the air, and it will be yet another dot delivery. So just a single coming in the over, that too because of the catch that was dropped, but nothing apart from that. So 6 overs done. NJS 59 for 1, 56 for 1 in fact. So change at both ends. Fazanul Islam walks in at to bowl the 7th over. Starts off with a wide down the leg side, not gathered cleanly, and it's going to go and roll past the boundary ropes. 5 wides initially. Not good glove work by the keeper. Just going down the leg side and put his left glove out, but even then couldn't gather that one. Just running away with the scoring rate right now, NJS. Oh, that's a full toss. That deserved to be hit. That has ended well beyond the boundary ropes. Now it's have to wait for the umpire signal. It's a waist high no ball. So he's yet to start this over, Fazanul Islam, and he has already given away 12 runs. So 6 of a no ball, free hit next. Comes down the wicket, hits it flat, hits it clean, hits it over, long on. Back-to-back sixes for Waleed. And the target reduces further. He knew he's not going to get out, so he had the luxury of using his feet, which he did, got to the pitch of the ball, and even with that fielder there at long gone, he just timed it too well in the end. Need to do something different right now at Big Bang, because nothing is working for them. The opposition have already raised to 74. They have only lost one wicket in the process. Remember, it's just the 7th over. Comes down the track, but still couldn't get it past. Mid-wicket Asimers are there. Feeling the heat right now, Fazanul Islam. This is an expensive start. Chance of a run out. Is it a run out? The wicket keeper misses. Oh, it's all happening here tonight for Big Bang. A catch has been put down, a run out opportunity has been missed, and once again it's the captain who is at the receiving end. We saw a catch being put down in his previous over. Now he got down to the ball, threw it at the right end at the perfect height. It's the wicket keeper who just couldn't gather it, even with the gloves in his hands. Gets an outside edge now. Third man. Will he be able to get there? He has already given up. That's going to go for yet another boundary. So perfect way to end the over. And a very expensive over finally comes to an end from Fazanul Islam. 5 wides, a no ball, couple of sixes, and then a boundary to end it. 7 overs done. NJS Cuisine are racing along. They are 79 for 1. $79 for 1 after 7. Hits it hard, but it is long gone to cover that one. We'll just get a single, Waleed. 57, in fact 58 is now the partnership with that single between these two. They've got those boundaries at will. They haven't really been threatened by the bowling or the fielding efforts tonight from Big Bang. And this is something they need to think about. Team Big Bang, they got away with that in the very first match. A lot of catches being put down. And they just won that match by 1 run. Going for the sweep shot, getting a leading edge, but there is no one at fine leg. Third man, once again, the chase is on. And the ball wins in the end. Wasn't really comfortable while playing that shot because he didn't bend completely safe, but got a leading edge. There was no one at fine leg. Square leg was pretty square. Third man gave a chase, but to no avail in the end. They need a wicket badly. Not just one, but at least two or three right now. Pulls a faster one in the block hole. Well digged out. As if he's reading the mind of the batter. He thought that Seth might be using his speed, so he bowled a faster one there, the captain. Now slightly slower through the air. Extra cover underneath that, but he doesn't get there to the ball. Just a single for the left-hander. Turning out to be a bit of a headache now, this right-hand, left-hand combination. Every time a single is taken, they have to revert back to the original field. Slightly short, but it goes straight to the fielder at deep mid-wicket, so 7 runs in that over from the captain. 8 overs completed. NJS are 86 for 1. Change of ends for Tala Rizwan. Waleed once again giving no respect to the bowler whatsoever, using his speed but still just getting a single on the offside. So just 79 more to get. 9 wickets still in tank. Almost 12 overs remaining. Should be a walk in the park for NJS, unless and until we see something different. Some magic from Team Big Bang. Just couldn't keep it down. A partial stop from the short third man fielder. I think it was Faisal Jamil, who is now in the field. Sooner we'll see him bowling his left arm orthodox. Another decent Yorker. Decided not to throw at the strikers in. But even singles can do at this stage. Because the required run rate is just under 7 and over for the batting side. And with all the batting that is still left to come, shouldn't be any difficulty for them whatsoever. Finding those gaps at will, making sure that they get at one boundary every over, and even if they don't, they make sure that keep the scoreboard moving with those singles and twos. Charges down the track, gets it over extra cover, gets the gap and gets a boundary. One thing is for sure, that didn't come from the middle of his blade, but since he used his feet and got it over extra cover, there was a big gap available between deep cover and the fielder at long off. And once again, it's the outfield that did the rest. It's very difficult to stop the ball in this outfield, especially even if you half time your shot. Slapping it off the back foot to get another single of the last ball. 9 overs done and dusted. NJS Cuisine are 95 for 1. Coming into bowl his third over now, the Fahd Mustafa bowls another full toss, another misfield, but will just get a run now, Waleed. Becoming all too simple now for these two batters. And now a bit of a fumble there from the bowler, but they decided not to go for that second run. Now, what are the bowling options for Big Bang? They still haven't tried Asim Azhar. He can be very handy with those slower off cutters. We haven't seen Faisal Jamil either with his left arm orthodox. Usually he does bowl straight after the batting power play. Going for another sweep shot, missing it. That fielder at fine leg. Saif will earn another boundary, and with that, 100 is raised for NJS. Easy pickings for the left-hander, drifting down the leg side. Not much turn for the off-spinner. It's the second boundary that he has collected in that region, Saif. Gets into the 40s too. Will be eyeing that personal milestone. Punching it off the back foot to get another single towards long off. Seems like, well, they won their first match, but seems like they're here to learn tonight. Big Bang. Still one ball left in the 10th over. Using his feet to collect another easy single towards long on. Well, he can just afford to jog for that, Waleed. He's going to keep the strike at the start of next over. After the halfway stage, NJS are cruising at 102 for 1. Finally, there's some left arm spin of Faisal Jamil. But is it a little too late now for Big Bang? Required run rate just 6.4 for NJS. And with all 9 wickets in hand, you can expect them to finish the game off within 6 or 7 overs. Well, he was eyeing another big one. He was looking to hit it against a turn there, Waleed. Another fielder employed on the leg side at mid wicket. Almost carried to him. This is good stuff. 3 dot deliveries. Can he make use of this pressure that he has been able to build? Leading edge, but it's in the gap. Slightly short, slightly wide. Stayed on the back foot there, Waleed. And made sure that he found that small gap between point and short third. Once again, the key thing about that shot was he played it so late. And he got another 4. Similar delivery. It's going to be the same result. This time to the right of that fielder at point. And hardly anyone moved deep on the offside. Back-to-back boundaries for Waleed as even he enters into the 40s. Slightly short, slightly wide. Playing it from closer to the stumps. And placing it perfectly past backward point. That run rate hasn't dropped down from 10 at any stage of their innings tonight. Just dabbing it towards mid wicket. The wicket keeper is after it. He can pick another easy single. 11 runs in that over. In fact, 9 runs in that over from Faisal Jamil. 11 done. It's 1-1-1 for 1. Starting his second over now, Fazanul Islam coming down the track does Waleed, but an excellent stop from Asim Azhar. He has been very involved in this game. To start off with a half century that he got while opening the innings in the first innings. Surprised that he hasn't been given the ball up till now. Well, can't say that that would make a lot of difference, but got to try all the options. Another sweep shot count, but this time there is a fielder at deep square leg. Very cool and pleasant breeze that is flowing across the Gulberg Gymkhana tonight. Might be another wide. Was quickly getting into that position so that he could just place it past fine leg. Becoming a lot easier now for Waleed and Saifullah Naseem. Both are into their 40s. Saifullah Naseem at 44 and his partner Waleed on 46. Just needing 51 more to win. Flighting it up, hitting it hard, hitting it straight, hitting it in the gap, and a misfield from the fielder at long gone, but he recovered pretty well in the end. And Saifullah Naseem just getting a single in the process. Well, he was expecting that ball to go for a boundary, but that didn't happen. Short and wide, hit away on the offside. Some work to do by deep extra cover. And he misses it. It's Rehan Nazim. Well, you don't see that pretty often. Yes, it was placed in the gap, but he got there. Once again, playing it in front of the stumps. Ran towards his left, got down to the ball, and the ball just bouncing a bit or going between his legs. And in the end, it was a boundary. So 50 also comes up for Waleed in the process. And almost lost his wicket of the next delivery. Once again, it's the wicket keeper who missed it. Nothing is going in the favor of Big Bang right now. 50 comes up for Waleed. 12 overs are now done and dusted. NJS are cruising along at 121 for 1. .121 in 12 overs. Just one wicket has gone down for NJS. Getting very close to the target. Drops it, another short one. Chance for the fielder, a deep hit wicket, and he takes it. It's Fahim who takes a really good catch to get rid of Waleed Khan. Could have lost his wicket of the last ball of the previous over too when the stumping chance was missed, but this time it's Fahim who takes a really good catch running forwards. And Faisal Jamil gets finally this big wicket, but not before both these batters were able to stitch up that partnership of 100 runs for the second wicket. Waleed walks back after scoring exactly 50 tonight. NJS 121 for 2. Munib Javed, the new man in at number 4. Pretty easy single to get up the mark towards the offside. Another batter who loves to open the innings, but since they've got so much talent and depth in their batting lineup, he's coming into bat at 4 tonight. Saifullah Naseem now just 5 runs away from reaching his half century. He would love to face a left arm spinner. Diving it towards short third where the captain was positioned. Don't have that depth in their bowling attack as we saw in the previous 2 seasons. Big Bang, another big shot attempted but misses it altogether. Gets it on the outside, finally finds a gap. It's going to run away for 4. There was no one saving the boundary on the offside in the deep. And he spotted that, Saif. Just a little too short, just a little too wide, staying on the back foot and crashing that one. He moves on to 49. We've already seen a couple of half centuries so far in tonight's game. It was Asim Mirza for a big bang in the first innings. Walid got his half century before he lost his wicket, and now Saifullah Naseem nearing his. Another big shot attempted and he misses it altogether. A pretty decent over this from Faisal Jamil. 5 runs and a wicket off it. 13 overs done. NJS Cuisine still sitting pretty relaxed and comfortable at 126 for 2. Well, 40 needed a 41 delivery, so it's under a runner ball. The captain is coming in. It's his last over. Could have easily picked up a wicket, but the catch was put down in his opening over. Looks so elegant, does Munib Javed. As a bowler, you don't want to be at the receiving end once he gets settled in. Faster one attempted, gets a single towards long gone. Another batter goes past half century tonight. Saifullah Naseem took his time early on, made sure that he gets a boundary of every bat delivery that he faced, and got 7 fours and 2 maximums tonight. And his 50 has come at a good time too, or just 37 deliveries. Just get a run, Munib Javed. Not in a rush. He knows that his side is almost home with just 37 more to go. Now that is up in the air. Will it be taken? It will be taken. It's a really good catch by Faizanul Islam. And finally the captain picks up a wicket. Add that to the last ball of his spell. And once again the batter, as soon as he reaches his half century, perishes. That ball just turned away from him. Probably the only delivery that Fahad Mustafa has been able to turn all night. But a really good catch over his shoulders by Faizanul Islam. Another batter departs straight away after reaching his half century. Saifullah Naseem walks back after scoring 50 of 38 balls. It's 129 for 3, NJS. 129 for 3. So 129 for 3 after 14. 37 still to get in the last 6 overs. Numan Bari is the new man in, but he's at the non-striker's end. Can they still make something out of nothing, Big Bang? They can manage to do that. It's going to be a huge achievement. Hits it really hard. Hits it powerfully on the offside, but will just get a run. Munib Javed. And now we're going to witness Numan Bari. They took a couple of catches in the first innings, didn't get a chance to bowl. Coming into bat at number 5. Carries a very heavy bat in his hands. Well, everyone here knows how much he liked this yellow color, Numan Bari. Tries to go for a big shot. Chance for the fielder. Another wicket goes down. Is something about to happen here tonight? First big shot attempted by Numan Bari. Just couldn't control it. Getting on top of the bat maybe. A bit of bounce for Faisal Jamil and another good catch by Fahim at deep extra cover. He picks up his second wicket, does Faisal Jamil. Numan Bari walks back for a duck. NJS are now 4 down at 130 on the board. Rahman Bari departs. Anas Mustafiz walks in. Faisal Jamil has now picked up a couple of wickets. Hasn't given away many runs. He's into his third over. Has given away 15. Can he turn this night into a memorable one? Can he just get one more to make this night a little more interesting for Big Bang? Gets a single of the first ball, does Anas. Still nothing to worry about for NJS. They still don't need to panic. Yes, they're relatively newer batters out there at the crease, but they have been in these situations a number of times, especially Munib Javed. Playing it with soft hands, but not getting it past Asim Azhar. Just looking to build some pressure with those dot deliveries. Slightly short. Another one that goes straight to Asim Azhar. Excellent effort. Another boundary saved by the fielder. Another dot delivery to end the over. 15 done. The score remains on 131 for 4. He's into his third now, Faizanul Islam. Lighting one up. Anas Mustafi is not timing it well. Gave 24 in his first over, gave away 8 runs in the other one. His team needs another wicket. Faisal Jamil has been doing an excellent job at the other end. Couple of wickets, not many runs conceded, but he needs some support at the other end. Another one that is flighted up. They're appealing for stumping, but I just get the feeling Anas did not move his feet. He's not afraid to flight the ball up. Gathered that one with one hand and dislodged the bails too, but Anas was well inside the crease. Now he times the one on the leg side in the gap. 2 fielders are after it, but I just get the feeling the ball might win the race in the end, and it does. Not from the middle, but he's going to take it nevertheless. Anas Mustafiz just dropping it slightly shorter. It was a wrong gun that turned further into the right-hander, and that just allowed him to place it to the left of the fielder at short fine. "31 more to get, 27 balls to remaining." Another one that is slightly short, but it's just going to be a run towards long on. What are the other wicket taking options for Fahad Mustafa and his team? We haven't seen Asim Azhar tonight with the ball. Remember, he was the one who defended those 23 runs in the last over in the previous match. Another delivery that is down the leg side. Did he get some bat to it? I think he did. The umpire has signaled that one as a boundary, so that's the first one that has come from the blade of Munib Javed. Another poor delivery down the leg side. Could have gone anywhere, but still got the desired result in the end. Munib Javed and NJS. And once again, they have brought the required run rate down to under 6. It's going to be a dot delivery to end the over. 16 done. It's 140. 140, in fact, for 4. Faisal Jamil is going to bowl out 2 for 16 in his first 3 overs. Ideally, his captain would love if he can pick up a wicket or 2 in this over. Anas Mustafiz is on strike. Goes for the big shot, gets it in the gap on the offside. Tala Rizwan was after it, but that will be a boundary to Anas Mustafiz. Short and wide. It was there to be hit. He loves playing the ball in the air, but on this occasion, he didn't only play it in the air, but he played it in the gap too. And that ball was obviously going to curl away from the field in a deep extra cover. So very calculated and sensible run chase tonight from NJS. They were never really threatened by Team Big Bang. Even after losing a wicket early, they were able to stitch that big partnership of 100 runs for the second wicket. Munib Javed is just easily picking up those singles without facing any difficulty whatsoever. He has already got that boundary in the previous over, so he knows that he doesn't need to do anything fancy. He has got a solid partner at the other end who also is very capable of playing those big shots. Anas Mustafiz decides to go big and he gets it in the gap and he gets it over the boundary ropes. And this is where he loves to play, in that V region between long on and long off. Gets the ball in his arc, clears this front leg and hits it wider of the fielder at long on. $150 also comes up for NJS, with just 14 runs away now from clinching their first victory of this league. At this stage, Big Bang had already lost 3 wickets and they were at 134. That was a better delivery, something that he should have bowled a lot more in this over. The last ball of his spell coming up. 2 for 28 for Faisal Jamil so far. Anas Mustafiz goes for another big one now. Will it carry to the fielder at long off? And he puts it down. And not only did he put the catch down, but that allowed us to come back for a couple. Drop catches have been hurting Big Bang in these first 2 matches. 2 runs to end the over, 17 done. NJS 154 for 4. It's going to be Asim Azhar to bowl the 18th over now of the innings, with the opposition just needing 12 more runs to win. It's going to be his first over of the night. come around the wicket straight away. Bowls a short delivery, put away on the leg side. But there is a fielder at deep fine. Faisal Jamil will just get a run. Munib Javed. If they can get those 11 runs, which is highly likely right now, they'll become the first team to have win the game while chasing in this league. One arm pick up a shy at the stumps, but he misses. The Stellar is one. But even if that ball would have hit the stumps, I just get the feeling Anas would have been back in the crease. So just 10 needed by NJS. Powerfully struck, gets it in the gap. No one can stop that one. When he middles them, they usually go past the boundary ropes. Does Munib Javed. Slower delivery attempted, but the length was just perfect for someone like Munib Javed as he dismisses that ball out of the sights of that fielder at mid-on. So just one big hit away now, NJS from getting a victory here tonight. It's a slower delivery, chance for the fielder at mid-off. It's a soft dismissal. Just looking to finish the things off with a big blow. Munib Javed not being able to time it well, getting it in the air, and an easy chance for mid-on. He loves picking up wickets with those slower deliveries. Just ask him Azhar. He gets another one. Munib Javed, hoping that he could finish the things off with a big six, perishes right now. As NJS lose another, Munib walking back after scoring 14. It's 160 for 5. It's Ghulam Mustafa who has walked in at number 7 with his side just needing 6 more to win. Well, he goes for a big shot straight away, gets it over extra cover. One bounce, couple of bounces in fact, and over the boundary ropes. So opens his account of the very first ball with a glorious shot over extra cover. There's Ghulam Mustafa. This has been a smart chase by NJS. Big Bang, on the other hand, have been completely blown away tonight. We talk about their batting in the last 10 overs, and now with the way they have fielded and bowled, hitting the pads, but it was pitched outside the leg stump maybe, or there was some bat involved too. It's a dot delivery to end the over. 18 overs done and dusted. NJS still needing 2 more to win at 164 for 5. It's going to be Talar Rizwan to bowl the 19th over of the innings. This can well and truly turn out to be the last over of the game. Anas Mustafiz decides to go for a big shot, gets it in the gap, gets it towards extra cover. Could have easily ran two, but they just got that single. That means the scores are now level. And NJS just need one more run to win. I'm pretty sure all the fielders will be asked to come and stand inside the 30-yard circle because there is hardly anything left in this match. Gets an inside edge. Now they will get an easy single, and that will be it. The single is all they needed, NJS, to chase down the remaining run. 166 chased down comfortably, and they have won this game by 5 wickets in the end and have started their campaign with a big victory tonight in this third edition of Shaikhani Super League. Both the batters, Walid Khan and Saifullah Naseem, getting half centuries, but not before. It was Matiur Rahman who got 4 wickets and Imran Sajjad who got 3 wickets, because of which Big Bang were restricted to just 165. It proved to be too easy in the end for NJS.